Puppies, kittens, and bunnies. Oh my, we have all of the cuties on today's show, plus ways that you can help save even more. We're going to tell you all about that and so much more right here on Pets on Parade. Good morning and welcome to Pets on Parade, brought to you by 3TV. My name is Kelsey Dickerson with the Arizona Humane Society. Thank you so much for tuning in with us this Saturday. Now, while our bottle baby ICU team has gotten a teeny tiny break from the absolutely astronomical numbers that we've seen, it's a little bit of a surge right now, and so we're going to tell you how you can help little ones like this by fostering in just a bit. And without our specialized ICUs and our incredible fosters, lives like these could not be saved. We're going to introduce you to Aubrey and her litter mates throughout the show. And speaking of fosters, Perry has brought in his own adorable foster puppies, and boy, are they tiny. Word on the street is this is the most fosters you've had at one time, Perry, and yeah, look how small they are still.
Not quite, but they're getting to be pretty big little chunkers right here, and you saw there's 4 of them. We'll talk about 2 in a little later segment here. They are called the Marx Brothers. And I will tell you, that was a famous comedy team that probably nobody in the studio knows except me. But I will tell you, this team is the comedy team right here. They have kept me laughing for 2 weeks now. They're absolutely adorable. They came to the Arizona Humane Society through our Project Reach Out. And this is a program that we have when we reach out to other shelters, generally speaking outside of the Maricopa County area, that are maybe having some difficulty in placing pets. They're very generally low traffic areas. There's sometimes cases where we treat illnesses like parvo, for example, where we're able to much better treat them than they are. So we reach out to those shelters and we bring them into us, and these little guys came in from Navajo Nation. So they're here from way up in the Window Rock area trying to find homes right now. I'm fostering them right now. The fostering program is absolutely spectacular. That's another reason why we bring them in. Many shelters do not have a very well-developed foster program. Some of those places don't have a foster program at all, so we're able to bring these guys in, get them to the right weight and size they need to be before they go up for adoption. So this little guy right here is Groucho. Linda has Harpo right here. Go to azhumane.org/foster and learn all about fostering and all the great rewards it brings.
Oh my goodness, look at those puppy bellies. How can you say no? Thank you guys so much for that. And we just saw the sweet girl's litter at the beginning of the show, and this girl is even cuter in person. Denise, please introduce us to this little kitty meow meow.
This is Aubrey, and she is 11 weeks old, and she came to the Arizona Humane Society with her siblings. She and her siblings were too small to go up for adoption, so they spent some time in our bottle baby ICU, and then they went to a foster home where they lived with other kittens and bunnies. In honor of PetSmart Charity's National Adoption Week, all the pets at our PetSmart location in Scottsdale will have an adoption fee of $50 today and tomorrow. So visit our website, azhumane.org/adopt for more information and to see which pets are at that location. Aubrey is a very energetic kitten, and something tells me she does not want to be the only pet in the home. So if you have an energetic pet who's looking for a friend, Aubrey might be the kitten for your family.
Absolutely, and that is such a great special. We are so glad to be partnered with PetSmart Charities. They're incredible to us. Thank you so much for that, Denise. And we want to introduce you to everyone's favorite coworker, Oscar. While his napping skills are legendary, there's much more to his job description than meets the eye. Despite his laid-back demeanor, Oscar is a professional. He attends meetings with the poise of a seasoned executive, providing invaluable input and charming everyone with his irresistible purrs. In between meetings, you'll find him answering emails and creating reports that are as meticulous as his grooming routine. If you're looking to add a furry friend in your life, please consider Oscar. Not only is he one of my absolute favorites, but he is an incredibly sweet and social boy who has never met a stranger. You can visit azhumane.org/adopt or see him and visit him at our South Mountain location. I mean, how can you say no to that belly? We absolutely love Oscar. And our next pup is sure to get the party started anywhere he goes. With a name like Hoppin John, he's sure to give our bunnies a run for their money. Please tell us about this cute boy, Lisa.
I have contained Hoppin John to my lap. So, but I will tell you, we do not see very many. This is a foxhound, and I think he's pretty much foxhound. He's got these long, beautiful ears, just like a hound, and his nose is to the ground. So what's John's story is he came from over the counter from somebody who had too many pets. Like one of our large scale intakes, many dogs, we'll just put it that way. He is amazingly social, but you can tell when he sees other dogs, he is very happy. So he would probably be great in a home where the other dog kind of wants to show him the ropes, another friendly dog. But he has been friendly, social, wonderful with everyone, takes treats nicely, but he doesn't have a whole lot of training. But at 2 years old, perfect age for you all to start training him. So luckily his people brought him to the Humane Society because they couldn't care for him and there were too many dogs and some of them were outdoors. So obviously I don't need to tell everybody about the temperatures, but it's an excessive heat warning. Please bring your pets inside. Nobody should be living outside, even in the shade. Please bring your pets inside if at all possible. And we can give you more information about the requirements. They have to have shade, they have to have water, but No Hot Dogs AZ gives you much information about the excessive heat warnings and the best way to care for your pets, or if you see something that you think a dog is in danger because it's too hot. But in the meantime, Hoppin John, we're going to work on training him. He doesn't love being in his kennel, so come adopt him because he would love to run around your backyard.
Absolutely, he is so sweet, and thank you so much for those important and life-saving heat safety tips. Thanks, Lisa. And we have yet another gorgeous little kitty who happens to be a Torby, not to be confused with a Tortie or a Calico. What exactly is a Torby, Stacy?
A Torby is really a combination of a tortoiseshell cat and a tabby cat. So you kind of get the best of both worlds there. You get the beauty and the sweetness mixed in there together. This is little Annalie. She's sibling to Aubrey, who you saw earlier. They were found in a backyard and they went to the bottle baby nursery for weight gain. And they were eating well and went to foster where they were friendly with other cats and rabbits. And she's very active and alert, but she also was loving her cuddles earlier. So she's ready for any kind of party you're ready to bring her to, whether it's a cuddle party or a play party. And as Lisa mentioned early, with the excessive heat warnings that we have coming up and that we're experiencing, one way to keep your pets cool is to bring them indoors, but you could also help them out with a frozen treat. Some things you can freeze are pet-safe broth, you can freeze tuna, you can also freeze Kong toys and things like that as a nice little frozen treat for your pets and keep them cool and entertained while they're indoors cooling off with you and staying out of the heat. But this is little Annalie, and she's ready to play, cuddle, both, eat a frozen treat. She's ready for anything. That's Annalie.
I mean, who doesn't want a frozen treat right now when it's so hot? Definitely. Thank you so much for that, Stacy. And make sure to stay tuned right here to Pets on Parade. We're going to have one of the cutest segments on television in just a bit, feeding bottle baby kittens. That's coming up after the break. Welcome back to Pets on Parade. Now, kitten season certainly hasn't gone anywhere, and while the Arizona Humane Society experiences waves of different ages of kitties that we see throughout the summer, we never have enough fosters, especially for our tiniest patients. And joining us today is the lovely Carrie Hughes and Taylor Nicholson from our foster department. Ladies, thank you so much for being here with us today, and thank you for bringing the cutest kitties.
And my, are they hungry, Kelsey. You know, kitten season in Arizona has 3 waves, and we experienced the first wave in between. Right about April was the biggest part of our kitten season, but here we are again. This is wave number 2, and our kitten nursery is over capacity for our bottle babies. We definitely could use your help, so we're here today to talk a little bit about what it takes to be a foster hero for one of these teeny neonates. Now, the kittens that we have today are only 2 weeks old, and they're going to need to be fed every 2 to 4 hours. And Taylor's here. She's our kitten expert, fosters these little guys herself. So Taylor, tell us a little bit about what it takes to be a foster hero for these kittens.
Definitely. So these guys, as you mentioned, do require feedings every 2 to 4 hours. So when you feed a kitten, the most important thing is to obtain their weight before and after feeding to make sure they're eating an appropriate amount each day and gaining at least 10 grams a day. They also can't regulate their body temperature when they're this little, so keeping them on a heat source is vital, keeping their food nice and warmed up, and also helping them stimulate, go to the bathroom. When they're this little, they can't do that quite yet on their own either, so they do require a lot of round-the-clock care, but it is such a rewarding experience.
It is so much fun, and AHS provides all the supplies. You can see the supply setup that we have right here. We'll provide you a litter box, litter, scoop, bottle, formula, hard food, canned food so that you can make gruel. So we really do give you all the supplies that you need. So you're truly opening up your heart and your home. And of course, you know, being willing to wake up in the middle of the night to feed these little ones. It's such a rewarding experience. Our kittens come back from foster anywhere between 6 and 8 weeks. We need them to be fat and sassy and weigh 1.5 pounds before we can alter them. So this is just a great opportunity to step up and help your community. And not only if maybe fostering's not for you, but you can see we have some of our little toys here. These are all toys that can be made for our kittens, and this instruction guide is on our website. We also are always in desperate need of these little kitten cozies. Finding seamstresses that are willing just to make these tiny little blankets for our kittens is invaluable to the little ones. We wrap them up in what we call burritos. It's one of Taylor's favorite ways to weigh a kitten. Taylor, what else would you say is important for a foster hero to know about AHS in the program?
Well, you know, Carrie, like you said, we supply everything for you, down to the supplies, all the way down to the training. So I know when I first started fostering these guys, I didn't have a ton of background and experience in taking them home and knowing what that care was like. But the online courses that AHS provides are so helpful in setting you guys all up for success.
And so far this year, we've seen over 1,200 neonates come through our bottle baby ICU. We anticipate to hit well over 2,000. So it takes the entire village to raise these little ones, from fostering to adopting. We're here for you at AHS, and we hope that you will give us a call today, azhumane.org/foster. You can reach out to us. We will be happy to talk you through this process.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much, Carrie and Taylor, for joining us and such an in-depth look at what it takes to be able to save these little neonate kittens. And you know what? Who doesn't like being fat and sassy, especially during the summer heat? Thank you guys so much. And like Carrie mentioned, visit azhumane.org/foster to be able to sign up and save a life today. And make sure to stay tuned to the show. We're going to introduce you to a lot more cute pets in need of homes, including this silly pup, when we come back. Welcome back to Pets on Parade. Now, we always talk about the many different ways our community can help our pets, and as a nonprofit, every dollar counts when it comes to saving little ones like this. And speaking of, who is this, Denise?
This is Sam, and she, so it's probably short for Samantha, is 8 weeks old. She came to the Arizona Humane Society with her siblings, and they were too small to go up for adoption, so they spent some time in our bottle baby ICU, and then they went to a foster home. So this is the busiest time of year for the Arizona Humane Society. So thanks to an anonymous donor, all gifts made between now and July 17th will be matched up to $25,000. So visit our website at azhumane.org/summermatch to have your gift matched. Thank you so much to our anonymous donor and all who donate to help pets like Sam and the other ones that you see on the show today. Sam is a very sweet, calm kitten, and I actually think she's looking for a couch to lay on and a window to look out of so she can watch the birds in the yard.
Absolutely. And like you mentioned, being able to save twice as many lives is incredible, especially during these overcapacity issues. So thank you so much for that, Denise. And thank you to our donor as well. And now rounding out the Marx Brothers litter, we have the second half of this adorable quartet. Who are these cuties, Linda?
Okay, well, I've got Zeppo, and this is Chico. And Zeppo is one of the more chiller of the four that we introduced you to today. And Chico's got a little bit more zump to him. They are supposed to be like maybe a Mastiff mix. We're not exactly sure. I have been owned by a Mastiff in the past, and the one mistake that I made was not getting them into training right away. So that's highly suggested. You can go to ArizonaHumane.org/training and behavior. And Perry, he was the foster for these four guys. So what was it like when you had four of these guys?
Well, as we mentioned earlier, this is the first time I've actually done 4, and I've come to the conclusion that the number of puppies you have just means they're less likely to be sleeping all at the same time. So that was really the only difference. There was really, one of these guys is up all the time. They are a true comedy team. I would say if you're going to foster puppies, go into it with a lot of time. You really do need to be very, very patient. If you're working long hours, not home very much, have a family, and you need to tend to them, fostering puppies is probably not for you. I think you really need a lot of time on your hand. Like I said, you need a lot of patience. You do need to socialize them quite a bit, but I would definitely recommend more than one also. They keep each other company, and they just do a great job of socializing each other. That's what's really, really important. It's very rewarding to take a puppy at this age and kind of build a personality and get them used to the outside world and watch them grow and watch them be very, very happy, because they've generally come from situations not really, really good. So it's the first time they've been exposed to a home. These guys have done absolutely wonderful. I'm very, very proud of them today. So anyway, if you're interested in fostering, we talk about it a lot, azhumane.org/foster.
Absolutely, and they are so cute, and for just 8 weeks, whether they're Mastiff or not, they are pretty big. So thank you guys so much for that. And all right, we saw his picture earlier in the show, and I just had to show it again because it's so funny, especially compared to the character that he's named after. Oh my gosh, he's just been cracking me up all day. And you know, I know that he's being a little like not wanting to sit right now, but I promise you, he did sit earlier. I know he knows, but I think he's wanting to show his best side to the camera, Lisa.
Yes, he does know sit. Very gentle with the treats, and he will sit when he's a little more focused. But this is Jon Snow, and I know he looks gigantic. He's 58 pounds, so it's a lot of fluff. And when he came in, he was groomed by our groomer. She had to do a brush out. He needed kind of the shedding to come out of his coat. And look at that beautiful tail he's going to show all of you. He is absolutely pretty darn gentle for a big dog. He's heterochromia, so he's got, look at, one blue eye and one dark eye. Now he doesn't want to look at the camera. But he's an escape artist. He was found running as a stray, so please keep that in mind. He's going to need a fence. I know he's a beautiful dog, but if you don't have a big tall fence, he's probably not going to be your guy. He already was unsuccessful. It's someone else keeping him contained. So the other thing to keeping a dog contained in your yard is really keeping the dog happy. Keeping them engaged, keeping them so that they don't want to leave your yard and your house. Give them activities and play with them, engage them with your family. If you really don't want a family member or a dog that's going to create your time and energy, get a cat. Cats require much less interaction from their family on a day-to-day basis. But John here is going to look for somebody just to keep an eye on him a little bit when he's first at your house. Make sure you have a tall fence. But I can't imagine that anybody wouldn't want him. Look how beautiful he is. So Jon Snow, he is going to be sure that your neighborhood's going to talk about this fella when he moves in.
Oh my goodness, it's like having a much nicer polar bear in your house and smaller. Thank you so much for that, Lisa. And now we have to show something extremely cute that our PetSmart Scottsdale team did for our pets to celebrate the 4th of July. As a part of a fun enrichment activity, they put peanut butter on the outside of sandwich bags with paint on a canvas inside of the baggies. Adoptable pups also got their photos taken with some red, white, and blue items to show off their patriotic spirit and bask in their incredible artwork. While some of these pups have already been adopted, there are plenty who are still looking for their forever homes. Plus, like we mentioned, only $50 adoptions until tomorrow, July 16th. Make sure to visit azhumane.org/adopt to see who is still available at our PetSmart Scottsdale location. And although he's still tiny, Alfie used to be even smaller when he first came to us. I love that stage when their bodies are still catching up to their gigantic little heads. And he is just so cute, Stacy.
He is so cute and so sweet, and he seems to love the camera, which they usually don't. This is Alfie. He initially came in as a stray, and he had to go into the bottle baby ICU because he was kind of on the small side, but then he was eating well and went to foster for weight gain. And he was friendly in the home with cats and bunnies, although he is fearful of dogs, so be careful of that. He was also treated for some eye issues, which that doesn't take away from his adorableness. And as was mentioned before, we appreciate donations all the time and all types of donations, but one that we could really use right now are newspapers. We really could use newspapers. And they're used in every facet of the shelter, so you can be sure that they're actually being recycled, because we do use them. So if you have any extra newspapers, you can drop them off at any AHS location as a donation, and we'd greatly appreciate it, and they will be used. So drop down and donate some newspapers and see Alfie.
Absolutely. That is a guaranteed way to know that they will be recycled. Thank you so much for that, Stacy. And did you think we forgot about our bunny friends? Not a chance. We're going to let you know why and how you can care for these little ones when we come back. And welcome back to the show. Now, for anyone who might be tuning into Pets on Parade for the first time, I am so glad that you're able to see the cuteness today, and we appreciate you guys joining us. But there is a lot that you guys need to know, especially when it comes to caring for our bunny friends, and that goes for adopting and fostering, right, Perry?
Absolutely, Kelsey. This little one right here, this is Anna Mae. She's a 6-month-old little, I would say, domestic short-haired rabbit, white one. Came in over-the-counter surrender from somebody that said they just had too many rabbits, and it seemed to be a situation where they were actually kind of inheriting these rabbits from a previous tenant, but they were able to take care of them until they were able to surrender them, so we thank them for that. Got them into our shelter, into our Second Chance Animal Trauma Hospital, checked little Anna Mae out here, and then we sent her to a foster home where she really started thriving and was a little bit skittish. Rabbits naturally are, but felt very good in that foster home, and they did a great job of socialization. You know, we are experiencing with all animals a large intake, and we are in the middle of a large-scale intake of rabbits. It'll be in excess of 100 rabbits. This is actually something we've dealt with before, and we need the public to help us out. How can you do that? Well, first of all, adopting would be a fantastic thing. Rabbits are extremely social animals. We do spay and neuter our rabbits, so you can take them in multiples. I don't want to say they're super easy to care for, but they are certainly less difficult than a dog. So they do need exercise, they do need socialization. You have to know their diet, you have to know their habitat. You need to know a lot of things about rabbits. We have some great tips online at azhumane.org/behavior. We talk about critters of all kinds on there. And of course, the other way you can help is fostering, because this is going to be absolutely an essential thing for these rabbits when they do finally all come in. Fostering a rabbit is the same as a cat or a dog in the sense that we're going to give you all the supplies. You don't need to provide anything. We'll provide you with all their supplies, the great Timothy hay that they want, the habitat, their toys. And again, you provide that safe home for them, the ability to get them out, exercise these big thumping legs they have, and take care of them. So please go to our website again, azhumane.org/foster, and learn all about it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that, Perry. And last but not least, we have a little kitty who is sure to help keep these hot summer days full of purrs and chill times while cuddling on the couch. Who is this, Linda?
This is 8-week-old Gibby, and he came in with his siblings as a stray. Excuse me, he had a little bit of upper respiratory infection, a little bit of eye drainage, but he's all bathed and clean now, and he's doing wonderful. If you can see, I don't know if you can see on TV, he's pink. His skin is pink, actually, through the fur. It's beautiful. Anyway, next Monday, starting Monday, due to the Bissell Foundation, we are giving $20 adoption fees for all of our pets, all of our critters, cats, dogs, critters, everything, $20. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. You can't even buy a burrito with that. So come on down and see Gibby.
Absolutely. We have so many incredible pets who are in need of a forever home. And Linda, he's already ready. Like, he is ready to go into his forever home. And I love that little spot. Thank you so much for that information. And thank you all so much for tuning in with us. Like we mentioned throughout the show and every Saturday, there are so many ways that you can help the Arizona Humane Society. Now, even a few dollars is able to go towards helping one of our sick, injured, or abused pets with an average cost of care of $1,300 for the almost 18,000 pets that we care for each and every day. we could not save the lives of the tiny little ones like this, so then that way they can grow into big, strong kittens who are able to play and bring lots of joy into other people's lives without your help. Like we mentioned throughout the show, we also have a lot of adoption specials going on as well, so if you have the space and the love in your heart and home, please make sure to adopt. We'll see you right here next week for Pets on Parade.